did you want me to say again? Okay. Don't forget to use the code HK21 in the shop.
Well, 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 my friends, we meet again at the most opportune time, patch 9.20, which, dare I say it, is the most important patch for Fortnite creative mode thus far. And I think that it really cements it as being one of the best map making programs that at least I've ever messed with. So before we, overhype it too much, let's just get into why. We got some new galleries, we got a new island, we got some new devices, and most importantly, we finally have like a redstone mechanic that is going to be more consistent than like the music sequencer, which people were using in the past. But we're going to get into all that right now. I just want to start off slow with the basics and work our way up. And the first thing that I want to talk about has to be this new Canyon Island. And oh my god, is it sexy. Like, I don't want to overhype things, but this is definitely my favorite island to play with now. It's about the size of the Meadow Island, which is perfect. Very manageable space, not too much or anything like that. But most importantly, just all these elevation changes and all the different textures all around the map. And it's going to be so perfect for many different things. I mean, you can make a death run down in the ravine. You can make some storm wars with all the different elevation changes. And it's just going to be perfect for, really anything. So definitely go check that out, experiment with different parts of the island, and let's go check out some of the new galleries that they hooked us up with. After all this time of waiting, finally, Epic acknowledges the desert portion of their map. And goddamn, did it come at just the perfect time. Right when we started working on a new desert block, Epic hits us with, the sign from the universe that we're heading in the right direction. And they hooked us up with, Little Mexico prefab, baby. And, a lot of different color walls and stuff like that. No new roofs, unfortunately. Y'all know I love the roofs. But they got this, and then we have, the new nature to go along with it, the cactuses and whatnot, and, of course, the prop gallery. One thing that I did notice that Epic was putting an emphasis on was details. I mean, if you look at these prop galleries over here, just so many small things that they wanted to include in these prop galleries. And if you're like me and you want every detail of your map to be as good as you can possibly make it, it looks like Epic's answering our calls. Just so many small things. They finally got the dinosaurs. I know a lot of motherfuckers been wanting that. And yeah, I'm real excited for what direction they're headed in. Like I said, they're putting more emphasis on the details, so that's a good thing. So mix these in, make it look sexy, show it off on my stream, and yeah, that's pretty much it for the new galleries. So let's get into the nitty-gritty, start talking about the devices. So one of the few things that I cherish more than anything in this world is a good capture the flag game mode. And finally, we've been making it work with this capture area up here, but Epic just said, let's cut out the bullshit and throw a capture area spawner in the game, as well as a flag over in the consumables tab. So if you throw down that flag right there, and just like any other item spawner, you put it on top of the point. Come on, suck it up, you sucker. You will have your own captured flag area, and it comes with some cool settings. Like for instance, you can return the flag after it's dropped, or if you want it to linger around on the ground or anything like that, you can do so as well. Another thing is you can have different captured colors. So, if you want to make it, what is that? Neon green, feel free to do so. And then you coordinate it with the team right here. And that's going to be whose flag that you're going to be protecting or whatever. As well as, where we have it, the capture area. You throw down the flag in here, and then you've set up, the return point and the capture point for the flag itself. And you've got a clean looking capture the flag game mode. And come on, really, dog? Get in there. Yes, finally. And yeah, this is how you're gonna set up, a clean looking capture the flag rather than, just being all ghetto with it and returning, wood or stone or however else you've been doing it. And yeah, finally some good news on that front. Another device that we've got is going to be the Storm, where is it at? Basic Storm Controller. And while you can't replicate moving zones as far as I know, I'm sure more creative people will come up with a way to do such. You now can actually have a zone close in on the entirety of your map, and you control how long you want to wait for it to do so, what you want the end radius to be, like if you want it to just completely swallow the whole map, or only end it on like a small area. You have the option to do that, as well as set the damage and just lots of different settings to play with. So if any of you guys are out there making your own little battle royale map, well, this device right here is going to be the one that you're going to want to look for. So yeah, let me know if you guys figure out how to make a moving storm. I've been messing with it a little bit, and I feel like it will be possible, especially once we get into the new trigger device. But yeah, I'm real curious for that, so let me know on that one. But definitely some significant devices to be on the lookout for. To get into the grand finale, the new redstone mechanic, I do want to rapid fire go through some of the other small but noteworthy things that they hooked us up with this patch. And one of them is going to be that you can set material gains for things. So if you head over to your My Island settings and scroll all the way down to the bottom, I'm stupid, of game settings, you can see the harvest rate setting now. So no longer do you have to deal with people getting 100 materials per swing of their pickaxe. You can just set it down to a more normalized rate and can replicate the actual battle royale style game. Another small change that they did was checkpoints now can support up to 5 people spawning at the same time. So if you have a death run getting bottlenecked by multiple people spawning at once or whatever, that should be a little bit easier for you guys, and you won't have people spawning up in the air or anything like that. Another thing that I found interesting was that if you head over to the starting inventory thing, you can actually change if people are able to drop items or pick them up. So if you don't want one team to be able to pick up, healing around the map or something along those lines, you now have the option to do that, which is actually really cool. And I haven't really seen people suggest this, so that was really like outside the box thinking of Epic to implement that in. You can also select the harvest rate for each team and stuff like that. So definitely go, give the My Island settings a little brush over once again, because they've changed a couple things, added a couple things, as well as the starting inventory slot. So that's going to be that for all the minor things that I can think of off the top of my head. And now let's get into Redstone. So this new trigger device and by extension channels, which is going to be right here, this is going to be kind of tricky to learn, but this is going to be the new meta for creative mode. And anytime you see anyone doing some fancy shit with their maps from here forth, it's probably going to be using this device here, as well as some of the new channel mechanics added to other things. So if you look at some of the old devices, like say creature spawners or the coin gallery, there's new settings in each of these which involve channels. As you can see down here, we got channel settings and channel settings all the way down at the bottom. And essentially, these channels are going to be synced up with triggers. So let's we'll just make a little example here. So if we grab this coin and we are going to set it to channel 1, where is it going to be at? When collected, transmit to channel 1. And we are going to set this to receive something from channel 1. As you can see, destroy spawner when receiving from channel 1. Now, if we'll just throw down a spawner, and where's it at? Throw down a spawner and start the game. When we grab the coin, it's going to transmit a signal to channel 1. And essentially, we have set the monster spawner to respond to the signal from channel 1 and get destroyed or whatever. Wow, that was a really long black screen. So as you can see, the monster spawner spawns, and because this is set to destroy it, once we grab it, it explodes. So all of this together is going to open up a lot of different doors, and you can chain things together and whatnot. And like I said, I think I'm going to have a whole video dedicated to just better understanding this mechanic, because it is kind of confusing. But once you kind of understand the linear thinking that is involved in this, I think you guys will be able to create some really unique things. So for now, probably just focus on learning, trying to wrap your head around channels and like syncing them up with one another, and it's definitely going to require a little bit of playing around with things. But just know that a lot of these different devices and stuff are all going to be synced up with channels, and they can now, you know, be reactive to one another. So be on the lookout for that. This little block right here, the trigger block, you can think of it almost as a, I guess, half step between items that are directly linked to one another. So, you know, if we want this to respond once this is destroyed and set up a new chain of events, that's kind of what this is going to be used for. Like I said, I'm going to have a video that really breaks down everything there is to know, like all the super intricate details about the trigger spawners. But that's going to be for next time. You know, I don't want to eat up so much time just talking about that for now. But for now, just play around with it. Try to understand the basics of channels, and once I have a full understanding of all the possibilities of channels, I'll hit you guys with that video. So, like I said, huge patch for creative. Huge. Monumental in the history of creative mode. So definitely, you know, play around with this stuff, you guys. Show me what you guys are making on my stream, as always. And I really hope you guys come up with some dope shit. So thank you guys for watching this video. You know, subscribe to the channel if you're interested in more creative mode. Code HK21 in the shop. Come along for some streams whenever they happen on my channel. And good luck out there creating. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.